Hello YouTube, and today I'm going to be doing a review on one tool that I wouldn't want to be without, and that is the laser digital tape measure. Now this one is made by Dewalt, and we're not sponsored by them in any way whatsoever, just add that disclaimer. This is more of your budget line, quite reasonably priced. There is no Bluetooth with it at all, so you unfortunately can't connect this one up to your phone if you were doing site plans, floor plans, etc. So what I basically do, I just make a note of the measurements and transfer those planning software as and when required. Now onto the digital measure itself. It runs off two AAA batteries, and the model number is the DWHT 77100XJ. I don't know why they give them such long numbers or names, but that's the model number. It has a range of up to 30 meters, and I found it's very accurate, very accurate. I've not had an issue. They actually state the accuracy is plus or minus 3 millimeters on the 10 meter range, but this has been a very handy little tool. I've used it around the house and in the workshop. I've used it outside on overcast days. I've not tried it on a sunny day, bright sunny day. I say you'd struggle a little bit with the laser and reading the screen, but on the normal conditions it's been absolutely ideal. I do think they're designed for more of your indoor use. But yeah, even in the workshop, it's been absolutely fantastic. Now to switch it on, click on the on button. As you can see on the display there, as I move it around the room, it is tracking the measurements. Top left hand corner of the screen, hopefully the camera will pick that up. We've got the units showing in meters, and also we've got the measurements taken from the back of the tape. So we can actually transfer those measurements to go to the front of the tape quite simply if we're struggling with access. So all we do there is we'd press and hold the bottom button, release it, press it again. As you can see, it's transferred the measurements to the front of the laser. To get those back again, same thing. And there we are, we're back into the back of the laser. I tend to use it just taking the measurements from the back of the laser as opposed to the front, but it all depends on your situation with access. We can actually transfer the units in imperial, inches, feet or meters, whatever you prefer. I tend to use it mainly in meters, but that's easy to actually swap over. Some of the features, we can do the area, see the top rectangle in the top left hand corner, so we can do the area of a floor. Just give you some random measurements, take two random measurements there. So we've got the top two, and that's give us the square meters. Great time saver. Another one, we've got the volume, so your length times the width times the depth or the height, and it will do exactly the same thing. It will cube those up in to your cubic meters. Moving along, let me just go back, there we go. We've got the Pythagoras, the single triangle and your double triangle. Great for heights of buildings, objects. Now we can also use this as a calculator, so I'll just give you an example in a way. Two measurements there, and you can see it's added those top two measurements together. We can also subtract measurements. Definitely get one. These models, I'd say this model's been out a while. It's still available out there. Very reasonably priced. Features, basic features, but I don't really need much more. So if you're looking for one, I would definitely recommend one of these. I'll give you an example of the accuracy. So let's say we want to find out the length of this IKEA Calvi desk. I've got a video on that as well, if anybody's interested and wants to check that one out. So what we'll do, first of all, we'll take a reading from the corner of the desk, get it as close as we can. Try and get it as accurate as we can. Now I'm taking a reading from the edge of the desk to this door. You can see the mark laser on the door. So let's take that reading. So that's given us a reading of 2714. Now bring it to the edge of the desk. And if you remember, we've got the unit, the laser set up to take the reading from the back of the laser. So we'll take a reading now again to the door. So you have to excuse me camera work here now, guys. Trying to multitask with this, just hold that with one hand. So trying to hold that steady. So we've got another reading. So that's given us a reading of, see that on the screen? We've got a reading of 1860, 1.860. Yeah. So let's just check this out for accuracy. And that's providing I've held that laser in the same place on the door as well. So we're going to see if we can get this to the millimetre. So we said 1860. So let's just bring the tape down. There we go. That is spot on. No discrepancy whatsoever. 1860. Well, like I say, this thing is really accurate. Been really good. So I'll just clear that. Let's just try a little bit more awkward. Let's try Pythagoras on the single triangle. Now I'm going to try and hold this on the skew a little bit. So let's say we're looking for the height of the top of the shelf. Bring this down. So I'm looking to get my laser up under there. So I'll take it back down to my laser. Try and get a reading. Try and get a steady reading from this angle. Hopefully, camera, you can see that. I moved a little bit then, so I'm going to clear that. So I'll try it again. So that's 1298. Now to get a reading on the horizontal. Got that many things in the way here, obstacles, cables, etc. So we'll get a reading on the horizontal. So that's given me a reading on horizontal of 0.657 metre, and that's given us a reading of 1.120. So we shall check that out again with the tape, see what we can get. So, do you know what? We're probably 1 metre, 119, 1 metre. See if you guys can pick that up on the tape. 1 metre, 120. I'll just show you the bottom of the tape. I'm trying to hold this steady as well at the same time. So, you know what? I cannot fault it. Really pleased with this little guy. So if you're looking for a very reasonably priced laser, I suggest you check this one out. One thing I will say about them is you need to treat them with respect. You don't want to go, what I mean by that is you don't want to go dropping them off any heights, etc., or you're going to knock them out of calibration. So look after them and they'll look after you. It's a great time saver, brilliant little time saver in and around your properties, in the workshop, out and about. Definitely a good little buy. Yeah, so guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, do appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you for watching and take care.